Hi everybody, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about BraneBot today, and we're going to do a quick tutorial on how to set it up and use it. We are going to do Q&A at the end if we have time. It's going to take a little while just to go through the Q&A or through the tutorial part, and once we get to the end there, save up your questions. SuperStreamman and I will grab them up as best we can and try to answer to them. We want to stick around an hour time period here so that we can help you kind of get seeing how to do this here. Actually, streaming, you could probably answer questions in chat, I guess, if you're so inclined.
Yeah, I'll watch chat as well.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do first is kind of go over an overview of what BraneBot is, and this video will go up on YouTube later. So if you get lost or you want, like, oh, I really wanted to follow along, but you went too fast, you can check it out on YouTube. I'll put annotations on it so that you can just grab a certain section and rewatch it again. Yes, he will sing his answers. Sounds good. All right, so BraneBot is designed to be an all-inclusive bot for streamers. It's meant to be an all-in-one solution covering more than most other bots. It started out as just a bot, just a loyalty bot, which did currency and stuff like that. And then we realized that, you know, it was tiring to have to open up a program for this, open up another program for alert, so open up another program for that, open another program up if you wanted to do timings, and open another program up if you wanted to do songs. And basically you have like 5 different programs running all at once, and it got to be a little bit annoying, at the very least, to try to run all those things, because some would get updated, some wouldn't. So you'd have a new program that was working great, and you have an old program that needed to be updated, and they didn't talk together. So quite annoying. So we decided that let's make a bot that would be a complete solution for streamers, and that's where we came up with BraneBot. So that's kind of a gist of what it's supposed to be, and as we're going to go through here, you're going to see that we're getting closer and closer to that realization of our idea of what we wanted to do and become. All right. Hi guys, you can see your stuff up here on chat, but in a little bit what I'm going to do is move this off, and you won't be able to see this window anymore, but we're watching the chat. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go to BraneBot.com. If you're not signed up with BraneBot, you're trying to figure out how do you want to get going with it, you're going to go to BraneBot.com, and you're literally going to do one thing. You're going to click the login button, and it's going to come up with an OAuth. Now, I've already authorized it, so you didn't see the OAuth. But basically, the OAuthrization is from Twitch. You'll say you're authorizing BraneBot to have access to your data and everything like that. You say, sure, done. And then we'll bring you to this page. This is your console page. The console page, how it's supposed to work is it's kind of what I use when I'm streaming. I leave it up and running all the time. And it has your tips of the session. Now, we've changed this right now because I didn't really want to give out all my financials. So we changed it to just say $1 right now for me. But basically it'll show you how much money you've made this session, how much money you've made over the past 7 days, and how much you made over the past 30 days. How many visitors you had visiting. Now this is based off of unique IP addresses. So this is a different number than your viewers. You might have had 120 viewers, but it might actually show up here that you had 574 visitors visit today. That means 574 different people showed up to your chat. Over here is referrals and income. At some point in the very near future, we're going to turn on the affiliate system because BraneBot does have a free version. It will stay free forever. It's not neutered at all. It just sort of has the basic stuff. If you're just a basic streamer just starting out, this is the bot for you. It's free and it'll work for free, and you don't need anything more. Now, if you're more of a semi-professional to a full professional streamer, you might want to check out our premium versions, and we'll talk about what the features are later. So the premium stuff is coming. But right now, basically, if you sign up for BraneBot at this moment, the beta, you get everything for free. You're getting the premium version for free. So you get to see what the premium version is going to be like. And then when you decide which one you want to go for, you don't need the premium, or you do need the premium, then you can figure that out later on for yourself. Here's a new feature here called the Jukebox, and we're going to talk about the Jukebox feature as we get going here through the tutorial. The Jukebox here, you can enable on and off. They can put songs on. You can have open play. Open play is pretty cool. Basically, it allows people in the chat to request a song, and you can turn shuffle on. If people are in the chat are requesting songs, I usually turn shuffle off so that it will not shuffle everyone's songs. They want to see them in order. And you can do things like set the volume here, play the song, skip a song, and we're going to talk about how to make playlists in a little bit as well. This is a small little giveaway window. It works fairly good. We recommend, if you really want to pay attention to the giveaway, you might want to use the main giveaway window, which we'll cover in a little bit. But this is a way you can keep track of what giveaway is currently going on. And once the giveaway is started, of course, you can't change these parameters, but you can cancel the giveaway or stop it if you need any time. Down below here is the two buttons you're probably going to use a lot, and we might be moving this window around. There are plans in the future. I will be talking about stuff today that we are thinking of that might be coming at some point in the future, however far off we don't know. But there are plans that this whole layout here, this entire dashboard, will be customizable. You'll be able to like drag this window here and move it over there and kind of lay it out how you want. So you know, you'll be able to say, oh, I really want that toolbox over here to the left. It's my most #1 thing. It should be over here, and you can move it around. But anyway, so basically reset session, how it works is, this is, if you want to go by session, make the session a week long, you leave it alone for 7 days, you can do that. Or you can say, we want it to be every day. I do it every day. Every morning before I start my stream, I click the reset session button, and that resets the session for this particular session. And that means that from this point on, from the moment I hit that button, any followers I get, subscribers, resubs, donations, any of that stuff, gets reset, and you start over from scratch for that day. It doesn't erase any data. It just basically puts that at 0. So if you're using either the on-screen alerts or you're using the text alerts, that's where you would get the number of followers for that day or viewers or whatever. The next one is very important. If you're basically just checking out BraneBot, we have this happen quite a bit. You're just checking out BraneBot. You look at it and you go, oh my God, this is insane. There's too much stuff. This is way too many features. I can't figure it all right now. I just thought it was going to be like I click a button and I go, because most other bots are kind of like that. They're so small with the amount of features that they have that you just kind of can turn them on in 1 second and get them running. We are going to get something set up pretty soon for that, but for right now, it's still a little bit intimidating. So if you get in there and you're like, I can't handle this, you can go to, you can just hit the mute bot button. And what that'll do is it shuts BraneBot up. It doesn't turn it off. It's still in your channel, it's still monitoring everything, but it won't interrupt any other bots you have running. It just sits there quietly listening. And when you're ready to turn off all those inferior bots and use BraneBot, then you can hit that button back on again, and it basically unmutes it, and there you go. It's working again. Hi guys, sorry, I'm just, we're talking about all this stuff, and happy birthday, Cliffy. Clifford is one of our supporters for BraneBot, so fantastic to have you here, Cliffy. So over here is, this next part is really kind of a cool chart, which looks a little bit like Massachusetts right now. But what this chart is it shows you, this at the very bottom are the number of subscribers I have in the chat. At this moment, I have 40 subscribers in my chat. I have 136 people in my chat that are followers, and I have 17 people here who I don't know. They don't follow me, they don't love me, whatever. So what this is great for is as you're streaming, and say, you know, I am going to be talking frankly today, and so please, if you have altruistic, or not altruistic, but you have these sort of ideals that streaming should all be about free and everything like that, and all, you know, if you have your ideals, that's cool, but most part people stream because they would like to possibly make an income from it. So one of the ways you can do that for bringing in more people to follow you is you can do a giveaway. Now, do you want to do a giveaway when you have 12 people that you don't have following your channel, or would you rather do a giveaway when you have 102 people that don't follow you get in your channel? Most of the time, you'll probably want to do it when you hit a peak of your non-followers, because that will bring people in that are new, and that'll hopefully they'll want to stick around and watch your channel and stuff like that. So this chart is really powerful that way, because if you look at it, just, you know, keep an eye on it during the stream, you can see, okay, I have like nobody new here. Now, this right here, we just got through streaming up here, and then I hosted somebody for a little while. So a lot of the viewers that were here that were new left. They just closed the channel or whatever. So those people that were up in here, they've all left. And do I really want to do a giveaway now when I've got like 9 people, you know, whatever? Probably not. You probably want to wait till it builds back up till you have a whole bunch of new people. And let's say you're not even interested in the giveaway aspect of it. Let's just say you're interested in, how is my channel, do I have anybody new here? You know, it's hard. You can't keep an eye on everybody that's in your chat at all times. So just by quickly looking at this top green line here, you can go, oh, geez, this new game I'm playing is doing really well. Look at all these new people. I got a bunch of new people. Now they haven't hit the follow button yet. Maybe they will, but for the most part, this is a really good indication of how many new people you have in your chat compared to your regulars and your. All right. So next thing is, obviously, it tells you how many viewers we've got on right now, which is we have 104 viewers and 193 chatters. Chatters are people that are using clients, like they're connected through like a chatty, or they're on a phone app, but they're not necessarily actually watching the stream. Doesn't mean they're not interacting. They might actually be talking and stuff. So they're here, but they just aren't watching the actual video. The viewers are the actual people watching the video. And then finally down here, this is your stream setup, and this is it has a predictive analysis, so you can start typing in word, like it'll fill it in, and you can pick the one that you want, and then you hit done, and you're all set. So this is basically the overview of the off-screen console page. And like when I'm streaming, like I said, it's over here on my other monitor, and I can keep looking over at it. It has more information. Now, there are people that don't want to know what their numbers are, and we right now have a little feature in here, a little thing we can do. You can just turn that off. So this way you can still run your channel, and you can hide these numbers if they bother you. There's some people like, I don't want to know how much money I made today. I don't want, it'll distract me when I'm streaming. I totally get that. And a lot of times I do shut that down too, because I don't want to watch that. I might want to watch this. So you can maybe leave this one open and close that one down or whatever. But like I said, a lot of these things are going to be later on movable. One last little feature I forgot to mention is the Brane chat. This is a filtered chat, by the way. So the chatters here, this is all filtered. So if you guys in chat right now were to type in any command with an exclamation point, like my channel uses a currency called XP. If you were to type in exclamation point XP in the chat right now, go ahead guys, you'll not see this move over here, because this right here is a filtered chat. And any chat command at all will be filtered out, which is great, because perfect example when I use this, we were doing a giveaway. 1,000 people are just spamming the hell out of the chat going, oh my God, I wanted to give away. And so the chat's going by and somebody just asked me a question. Hey, could you explain to me how to do this in the game? I'm like, huh? So this is great, because the filtered chat is really nice. Now, really cool little part is you can put this chat up on your screen. We're going to show you a little bit. You see up here, Clifford, aka Miku, has 4 stars, and Super Streaming has 1. And let's see, does anybody else have any? Okay, so Miss Fairy Violet has 1. These stars indicate prestige level, and we're going to talk a little bit more about prestige as we get going here. And Dresser has 4. Those are sort of indicative of a certain rank that we'll talk about. It's basically, these are the people that are supporting you, and depending on the number of stars is how much support they're providing you financially every month. So 1 star would be they gave you $5, and you can set these ranges as you want. We'll talk about this more, but like a 4 star is that. So when this chat is shown up on the screen, if you want to use the on-screen chat for this, you can it'll show up those stars on the screen as well. All right, so that's the overview of the off-screen console. Let's go ahead and get started with what we would do if you were to start using BraneBot from scratch. So you've come to you've gone to the BraneBot.com website. You hit the OAuth button up at the top, or login. It authorizes you. Now you come to the screen. It's all blank. It's all strange. It looks strange. It's weird. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come down here and go to the Account tab. Okay. Once you're in here, you will see General Settings. You can use other bots for things. You can use other payment pieces if you want. That's fine. We recommend you try to use most of BraneBot's stuff, not because we're trying to be, you know, controlling or whatever. It's just that if you use our bot for everything, you'll see it actually will give you a better picture overall of how your channel is performing. If you use some other program for doing your donations, then we won't have that data, and we can't use that data to help you accurately predict what games you should be playing and stuff, which is coming a little bit later. So the general settings here, you basically set this up, and then this will be the link that you would use on your button below the stream. And then down here you can put a little tip message and stuff like that. We do not take a single penny for any donations at all. Currently we're using just PayPal. We have very soon, probably, streaming, what would you say, next month we should have a new payment structure set up?
Yeah, well, actually, it will still use PayPal in the back end, but you'll be able to kind of avoid having a PayPal account or anything like that. So you can just do like credit card information, for instance.
And we are here to announce something new, which is we're going to have all currencies available soon, right?
Yep, all currencies will show up. Yeah, within the next 2-3 weeks, we'll be able to do that.
And we will not accept llamas. Okay, as a payment currency, maybe chickens. So that's gonna be pretty cool, and we're gonna be changing that around as well. All right, so next thing is bot settings. I made this little graphic here to try to help people out because seems kind of confusing. This doesn't really have anything to do with Twitch or with us. It actually kind of has to do with Twitch. Why it's a little confusing. If you would like to have a custom bot name, what you can do is first thing you do is you got to go to Twitch and make your own account on Twitch. That's a bot account. Okay, you can call it My Bot or Billy Bob's Bot, whatever you want to call it. It's up to you. Okay, just have to make sure that that name is available. If you already have that account and you're using another bot, and you've already done this before because other bots you can do the same kind of thing, then all you do is you log into that account via the login panel on Twitch. Come here, type in the name of that bot, Billy Bob Bot, and hit register. What'll happen is it'll then pop up a window saying, "Do you want to give does Billy Bob Bot want to give BraneBot the authorization to get records and blah blah blah?" You say yes. It will then register it, and you're done. Basically, you can close that window down, and for that point on, in your chat will no longer say BraneBot in chat. It'll say Billy Bob Bot, and that's all you do. Super simple. It confuses a lot of people, mainly because you leave this window open, and you have to go to Twitch, log out of your main account, log into your bot account, do the authorization, then close it. But it's really simple. Once you've done that, you never have to do it again, ever, because you're going to use BraneBot till the day you die. So, next one is integration. So BraneBot is a cloud-based bot. It runs off of Amazon Web Services. Nothing runs on your computer at all. Okay, and if you're using browser alerts, CLR alerts, whatever you want to call them. If you're using on-screen alerts and you do not do any kind of on-screen text of any kind, you don't need to do this. But if you're using some people like, how many followers had a day, they just want the number. They want 72. Okay, they want 72 followers. They don't want anything fancy. They just want the number 72, so they can write a little part that goes on their screen that says followers, and then they have the number 72. When a new person follows, it goes to 73. If you want that sort of functionality, the only way for us to get you the files is to use Dropbox. And once you have a Dropbox account, Dropbox is free. You get a lot. I think for Dropbox, when you first sign up, you get like a 2 gigabyte file size. Do you know what it is, Stringman? It's
I don't remember the Dropbox size limit, but it doesn't matter because the files that we send are text files.
Right, exactly. They're really small. Yeah.
2K total or something.
Yeah, we're sending you like 2K total files. So what I'm trying to get at is even no matter what they give you as a basic Dropbox size, it doesn't matter. So what you do is you sign up for Dropbox, log in. Then what you're going to do is once you're logged into Dropbox, you're going to install it on your computer. Once that's all done, then all you do is you click on, there'll be a button here that says link with Dropbox, I believe. You click that, it'll link up, it'll come up with a token, you're done. And then what will happen is on your computer, you'll have a folder called Dropbox. You can open Dropbox, go to Apps, BraneBot, and then here is your latest follower notification. All right, so here's mine, Ryandy in 2020. It also has like all-time top donation or top donator, Love Broken for me. Okay, so it has all those things you want. So some people, they like these sort of text alerts. They don't really want the fancy CLR stuff or the on-screen stuff. All right. There you go. So that's how that all works. So that's the first thing you do is set it up. The next thing you'll want to do is go down to currency. And this is where you set up your channel currency. I call mine XP. You can call yours coins, gold, monkeys, whatever you want to call your channel currency. Currency is earned by people watching your channel. They do, under no circumstances, there is no way for you to, within our program, have somebody pay money and to get currency. Currency, for legality reasons, has to be separate from payments. Okay, if you want to work out some kind of system with your viewers, if they give you $5, you can put in, they get 500 XP or whatever, then that's something you work out. But within our program, we're not doing that because for legal reasons, it keeps things on the level. Okay, because XP, you're going to see we have some stuff in here that allows for gambling. And as long as no money was ever exchanged for the currency, then it makes it still legal for you to do gambling on your channel. And we've got questions about this before. How can you do roulette? It's a gambling game. Well, yes. But no money ever swapped hands for that. All right, so basically now here we can allow your moderators to edit the currency. Basically, when you turn this on or off, say your moderators are going crazy and they're throwing XP back and forth at each other, but they're not really doing it with the people in the channel, but they're just giving each other 1,000,000 XP or taking 1,000,000 XP away, and it's scaring your viewers. You can turn this off. Okay, you say, I don't want mods to be able to edit it because they're being goofy. That will do that. Now, check currency in chat. This actually is a pretty powerful button. If you turn this on or off, right now on means that anybody in the channel can type in !XP. If they type in !XP in the channel, they'll get a currency list in the channel. I mean, they'll get listed in the channel how much currency they have. If you turn it off, what it's going to do is it's going to take them someplace. Let me show you where it takes them. It's going to be BraneBot.com. Oops, come on up. There we go. This is what is called our viewer portal. Which I guess the viewer portal. This whole page is getting reworked. This was something we kind of threw together kind of quickly. But the viewer portal, how it works is this is going to go completely. This is going to go all Streamception here. But the viewer portal allows you as a viewer to go and check out the person. It lists how many hours you have. It's all the stats for that person that are relevant for right now. How many months the person's been subscribed, how many games they've won. They can tip you from over here. They can see how much money they've donated this month, or today, this month, and all time. They can keep a record of that. And so if you have, back here on this page, if you have check currency and chat off, then that's what it will. That's what it'll do. It'll basically say, "Hey, you can't check your currency here. Go over here." Now, what this is useful for is if you have a really active stream, like you have 5,000 people in your channel, the last thing you want is everyone checking their currency all the time. It gets spammy and crazy. And what the initial goal for BraneBot was to reduce the amount of chat spam. And so this is what this page is for, is to help reduce it. If you have a lot of chat spam going on, if you have a small channel, you get 20, 30 viewers, then you can leave it on. It's probably not going to be too spammy. It probably won't offend anybody. It's a couple people every once in a while are checking their currency. But if you have a very active channel, it can get really crazy. So basically you turn that off and it'll say, "Hey, Sam, instead of checking your XP here, look at it over here." And once enough people see that, they'll stop checking it on this page and they'll automatically go to the console. Now, as the streamer, you're going, wait a second, you just sent them off of Twitch. I just lost a viewer. No, because while they are on this page, this is the official Twitch embedded viewer here, and this is also the official embedded chat. So while they're on this page, they are still listed as a viewer. You lost nobody. So as long as they can be watching from here, or they can be watching from your main Twitch page, or they can be watching from here, either way, they're getting this stuff here. We're going to keep coming back to this page, by the way, because here's where I can show you the mod mode, which is coming up. All right, so that's what happens when you switch the currency, check currency on and off in chat. Okay. We'll talk about prestige messages and all of these rank things as we get going a little bit later. This is all brand new, by the way. We just added ranks in. I'm going to update that. All right, so online settings. The interval here is these are all in minutes. So every 5 minutes on my channel, I give my subscribers 5 XP, and I give non-subs, just followers, 2 XP. So subs get 3 more XP every 5 minutes than non-subs. On the offline settings, every 30 minutes, subs get 3 and non-subs get 1. You can turn it off if you want. And people go, wait a second, that means people are sitting. I had somebody the other day when I was teaching this, use this, they were like, wait. I don't want that. I don't want people getting any XP while they're there because basically you're just going to sit in my channel and farm XP. And I was like, yeah. Why? Because you want them there. When you start off a game in the first thing in the morning or whenever you start your stream, and if you have nobody in your chat, you then have an uphill battle to even get going, because what happens is now you've got nobody in your chat, and when you start streaming at Game X, and Game X just came out today, and somebody else has 100 people that are lurking in their chat, and you have nobody lurking in your chat, and you both have the same number of viewers or same number of followers, say, that person starts off at 100 above you. And I'm talking about the rankings on Twitch. So that when somebody comes by, they're like, "Wow, this guy's got 100 viewers already. Let me go hang out with this guy." And this guy's got 0. I don't even want. He must not. He's a new streamer. I didn't know him, right? And that's that's psychologically what goes on with people. So having the currency while you're giving out the currency while you're offline is a good idea, because it keeps people there. They can play with the money. They can actually interact and stuff like that. So yeah, farming all the XP. All right, so next thing is the Manage tab. So on the Manage tab, you can zero out your currency. This is if, say like you went nuts, and I said, oh, every 1 minute I'm giving out 30 XP, and non-subs get 30 XP. So it was just doing some kind of crazy number, and your currency got all out of whack, okay? This is your 0 button. And you want to make sure that you don't whack that accidentally, because it erases everything. It puts everybody back at 0 again. It does not erase their time. It just fixes the economy. If the economy gets way out of whack, there's 50 people with 1 million currency, and there's like everybody else has none, then it's too far out of whack, and it's time to become socialist and just take it all away from them. So that is how you get that all set up. All right, so next thing is we've got the currency. We've set up the basic account. The next thing we're going to do is come to commands.
Hey, real quick, let me mention something, Demo.
Yes, by all means.
With the currency, just so people know, if you're using other bots, right now we are importing data. So if you have another bot, we can kind of walk you through the steps of how to download the data and whatnot. And you can talk to me in Discord, and we'll upload it into our system, because we know a lot of viewers get quite upset if you lose all their currency, time watched, etc. So we are importing data. So if anybody is like not so sure about coming over because of that, that's something we can definitely take care of.
Thank you. Cool. All right. So next thing here is the commands section. So you can add a command, and pretty simple. You can just type in the name of the command. You don't have to use an exclamation point. You can actually use anything you want. You could use a $sign, pork chop. Okay. And then the output is, I loves pork chops. At user. Okay. Save changes. Now everybody in my chat now can type in a $sign pork chop, and it'll work. You can basically say what followers can use it, non-followers, subscribers, or moderators. Why this is important is you need to have a command first, because the next thing we're going to do is go to auto commands. Now, you're like, man, I don't want to put in all my commands. I've been running my channel now for 3 years. I've got thousands of commands. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to export in the commands from other bots. Yeah, especially if they're sort of an obscure bot or whatever. You're going to have to do this. But we can talk about mod mode, which we will in just a minute. Mod mode will allow all of your moderators to have the ability to edit these commands. And people in chat right now are spamming pork chop. And it's only coming up with it every once in a while. And that's to prevent spam. The bot, our bot, is a global bot, meaning that it's across all of Twitch on all the channels that are using it. If you're running another bot that's local to your computer, you have a few problems with that. If your computer goes down, your loyalty bot gets shut off. If your hard drive gets corrupt and you lose all your data, your database is gone. We back up our database every day, probably. We think, streaming.
Yeah, every 24 hours.
Every 24 hours, our database gets backed up, and we ship them off with some koalas over to Australia to be protected in the outback. So all of our data is nicely backed up, and so you don't have to worry about that stuff. But if you, where was I going with this? I lost train of thought here. Derailed. Oh yeah, the spam protection. So if you, what we have is we have some spam protection in there, because if every channel at the same time everyone was spamming it, then the bot would be firing off too fast on Twitch, and therefore it would cause problems. So therefore, you just got to tell people, look, if you're going to do this command, make sure that not everybody's going to get the pork chop. Everyone's going to have to wait. So the next thing here is auto commands. Now, auto commands, you have to have had a command already set up, and these are my commands right here. I have one called get rect, which basically tells people in my channel, hey, if you'd like to use my rect command, or my rect emote from Better Twitch TV, then you can go here to my thing. GMG, I have a contract with Greenman Gaming, so every 30 minutes it goes off in chat. Roulette, this basically says every 39 minutes I will have, or 500 lines of chat, for 5 minutes I'll run the roulette. So let me explain how this works. This is an OR statement. So we're going to go here and go to auto commands. I'll show you from the scratch how you add it in from the beginning here. Oops, sorry. We're going to go down here. We're going to see if we can find pork chop. There it is, pork chop. All right, so parameters is only necessary for games, and right now only roulette uses it. We're going to have some other games coming up soon, and when we do, that might have parameters. That would mean, like, whatever game, how long do you want that game to run for? That's what the parameters means. Chat count, you can use, it's an OR statement or neither statement. So what I mean is, what's that? Is it XOR? I think it's XOR. I forget the logic gates. Anyway, so this statement, this line here means 500 lines of chat, or 500 minutes, if you want to make it that. Or you could leave the chat count out and just make it minutes. You could say 500 minutes. Every 500 minutes, pork chop goes off. That way you can sort of set it up you want. Now, be careful with it. You see, all of my numbers here are kind of large. If you leave these numbers too small, say you make it like 20 and every 5 minutes, this is just going to explode. And so you don't want to do that. You probably want to make this like 200 and maybe, like 400 minutes. So what this means right now is after either 200 lines of chat have gone by or 400 minutes have gone by, it'll play the pork chop command. So that is that. Pretty easy to do. Okay, so that is the commands and auto commands. We've done currency. The next thing is the viewer screen. And by the way, we're just going through the setup right now. Once this is done, then we're going to go to Q&A session afterwards, which we'll be handling in just a few minutes. All right, so viewers, basically this is all the viewers that have ever watched your channel. The auto commands table, if you notice, and the viewers table are different. They don't look like the commands table. You see this commands table is really nice, and it's got sort of all this layout here, and it's nice and easy to see, and you can edit and delete the commands. And you notice this one here, the viewers table does not look like that. These are getting updated very soon, like very, very soon, I think. So here you can sort by user's name, okay? Or you can sort by how much currency somebody has, or how much time they've watched, and if they're a moderator or if they're whitelisted. And what you can do is you can actually come in here and let's go in here. Let's go to one of my moderators here. Let's see there. Tombs. Tombs is a moderator, and he currently has 307 currency. Now, what I can do here is I can edit this, and I can give him 1,500 currency. Say he lost some currency or something happened, and I feel, oh, shoot, that's bad. I'll fix it for him. There you go. Tombs now. Let's see, Tombs. There you go. 1,500 currency. He's all set. He's obviously a moderator. I've got him as a moderator, and I've got him whitelisted. So what does whitelisting mean? Well, let me take you back over to that page. Let's see. Where's our page? Should I close it? I might have closed it. Yeah, I did. Okay, 1 second.
Real quick, the that viewers page is being updated this week.
Okay.
So on Sunday it'll look like the others. Plus, what I'm adding to it is you'll be able to edit the prestige level and the prestige check time. So when you go over to prestige, it'll mention it'll be editable after this Sunday.
Perfect. Cool. Thanks. All right. So what does this do? All right. As a normal viewer to come over here, the normal viewer can go to the roulette. They can see, actually right now they can't see what's coming in giveaway, but that's okay. But they can look at your basic commands. They can see the commands, but they can't edit them. They can't delete them. If they go to the jukebox, they can see the jukebox. And for betting, they can see, actually they can't see the betting. Can they see the betting? I haven't checked yet.
I'm sorry, for whitelist, it's betting and command.
Non-whitelisted.
Non-whitelisted will just see the commands and jukebox.
Okay. So they won't see the giveaway. Okay. So regular viewers are only going to see roulette, commands, and jukebox. And so they'll see the commands that they can use. They can see the jukebox to see what songs are being played, but they can't do the betting and stuff. Now, once you select somebody over here and you say, yes, I would like this person to be modded or whitelisted. So let's pick Super Stringman here and we'll edit him. Okay. And he say this was unchecked. I've made him a moderator and now I want him to have access. I hit this, hit submit, and now back here on the back end, he now has the ability to do giveaways here. He can now edit the commands. He can, of course, use Jukebox, and he can run bets from back here as well. So this is really handy. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Say you've got a bunch of commands. What you can do is have your mods type them in for you if you have too many, because like I said, we don't have a way for you to import all of your commands from other programs and things. So yeah, that is how you let your moderators use the back end here. So the moderators can see here, they can be moderating. They can still run the moderation commands here. They can time out, they can ban, whatever. So they can be doing that, and they can also be back here doing bets and doing giveaways and stuff from this page. This is still, like I said, very, very rough. This is one of our very first attempts at the viewer portal. We are totally refurbishing this. It's not even going to look like this before too long. It'll have the same functionality, but it'll be laid out completely different. You're going to love the new viewer portal. But anyway, so this is the way it is as we speak right now. So on February 17th of 2016, that's the way it sits. Okay, so that's the viewers page. That's how that works. Now this is brand new. We just added this in this week. This is the ranks. This is what people have been asking for quite a while. So now we have a rank system. It comes defaulted with this time set up here, or default with this time hours watched. This is a exponential scale, so you see it goes 0, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, and it's multiplicative, something like that. All you got to do is you can change it and hit update, and you can give them a name. We kind of went with a fantasy name. I made these myself, but they're weird. I got to change them. But the point is that you can go in here and you can change the ranks. If it's enabled, when somebody types in the currency in the channel, like XP, mine's XP, so they type in !XP, it will tell them what they are currently ranked at. So Protozoa is basically 1, Worm is 2, Froggy is 3, oops, 33, and Bird is 4. And this is all based on their time watched. This has nothing to do with the amount of XP, nothing to do with the amount of money they've spent on the channel, nothing. It's just basically, it says, hey, I am more of a follower than you, kind of thing. It's just a way to rank to show off a little bit what people's ranks are. And it's just for fun. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't change anything, except we've now started adding some power to some of these ranks. So currently on my channel, I have rank 10 set, that if you're ranked 10, you've watched 240 hours, you can now post links. What this will do is it will get people that say, like somebody, I have a couple of viewers that are loyal viewers. They are there in my channel every single day. They have yet to subscribe. Why? They just don't have the money. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think I should punish those people because they don't have the money. There's still very loyal viewers. Matter of fact, I have more people. I have a few guys that do that, and I have several subscribers I only see when they come around every 6 months to kind of say that they've just resubbed for 6 more months. They just disappear and I never see them again. I have no idea who the heck they are. They've subbed for 6 months, but I've never seen them in the chat. They don't even chat. But I have regular loyal people. So I figured that this is a nice way for me to say, hey, it's one thing I can give back to you. And we're going to be adding some more features very soon, which will allow them to enter giveaways. It actually almost treats them like a subscriber just by watching. Okay, and you can turn them off if you don't like that. You can set it for a really high level, or you just turn it off altogether. You're like, shit, that guy could sit in my channel forever, and he's basically just waiting to get to the point where he can spam my channel. I don't think that would happen. I don't think somebody's going to sit there for 1,500 hours to be able to post a link, but whatever. There might be some people like that. So that's ranks. Now quotes. Quotes are a lot of fun. This is something you actually don't need to set up. Basically, in the chat, people can type an ! quotes, and your moderators, I have my moderators set so the moderators can add quotes. The moderators don't have the ability to edit quotes right now in the back end, but that's coming soon. All right, so that really doesn't need much setting up. We'll go over that in a different point later on. So Jukebox, you can set this up. This should be set up. I have Jukebox enabled. Playlist purchase means that people can purchase songs on the playlist. I'm charging them 25 XP per, and they can buy one song per user. It's defaulted at 5. I found that sometimes people hog the Jukebox, and they'll do 5 songs, wait till their song plays, and they'll buy another one, and just kind of keep hogging the Jukebox. So I put it at 1. That way, if I got enough people watching, it's fine. Once again, shuffle is off. Thumbnail and title and block duplicates is on. So I'm sorry, thumbnail is off. Title is on, but block duplicates is also on. So thumbnail is just basically on the YouTube song. Let's do Katy Perry here. We'll do Katy Perry firework, whatever. You see, this little picture here of the Katy Perry firework. Let's see, make sure this doesn't play here. I don't want to get the video blocked. So you see how it's got Katy Perry standing here with the Bevo logo. If you have thumbnails turned on over here on your screen, you would see that logo here, the thumbnail for the video, on the screen. And some people like that, but it's up to you if you like that on there or not. So how you make a playlist is you make a new playlist. We'll call this one tutorial playlist. All right, and we're going to add it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to look for copyright free music. Let's see. Is there any that we can play here? Royalty free, orchestra trailer, royalty free music. All right, so we can click on this one and then I can say add to current playlist. Okay, so now here it is. Epic cinematic thing. And then we can go, how about Monster Cat is mostly, I want to be able to play some music in this video, and so if we do that. Pegboard Nerds, Heartbeat, Monster Cat, free release, add to current playlist. Okay, so it's adding them to the playlist. And then all I got to do is, if I don't like that song, I can remove it, or if I can just delete the entire playlist if I don't like the tutorial playlist. All right, that's it. That's how you set up the Jukebox. All right, and then finally two last little things I want to set up real quick here is the chat alerts. If you have chat alerts turned on, you can then show in the chat, instead of having alerts going on the screen, you can actually say so-and-so just followed, so-and-so just subscribed, resubscribed, donated, or hosted you. And you can enable host alerts. It's a common practice on Twitch that if somebody wants to kind of get noticed and maybe they're already following a streamer because they did the follow and their name came up, they want to see their name again, they'll host you with no viewers because they want their name to pop up on the screen. So you can set it to be, okay, you need at least 5 people before you can show your name up on the screen, because then that's an actual host. Prior to that, it's just they're just trying to get their name up there. So that's that. And then now, last little thing is chat spam. I still see other people using other bots to block hyperlinks and symbols, and you don't need to because it's built into our bot as well. Basically, you have enable filter on, all right, and that will block any hyperlinks. If you say allow subs, that means all subscribers can post links, okay? I've never had somebody subscribe just so they could post a link, and if they do and they're posting like spam or something, I can then just turn that off and then it blocks everybody and nobody can post a link until that person gets taken care of. Symbols is basically after 20 symbols, it could be any kind of characters, it could be spamming, exclamation points, at signs, whatever. After 20, it basically times them out. It doesn't time them out for an hour. It's not like a ban, it's just a timeout. It's like, hey, stop it. It's like a little slap on the wrist. And so it just times them out. So that is how that works. Pretty simple. Now, this is the new thing that we're talking about. Now, you can set this rank to go all the way up to 20 or whatever. So right now I have it set at level 10 rank. That means, I think what I call a tribal warrior or whatever. They are now able to post a link. And I have a message here. Sorry, no links from non-subscribers. Consider subscribing to get this whole benefit and a whole lot more, whatever. So that's my little message that goes off if somebody were to click on the hyperlinks or type in a hyperlink. All right, so that is the off-screen stuff. Done. All set. All right. Next thing I want to talk about is the on-screen events. This is pretty cool, and we're going to actually set this up right now so you can get a chance to see how I set it up. This is my little OBS I have running with Bounty Train running in the background. And let me move this over here. Okay. Now, what you can do here is you can select the style of bar, whether you want a bubble bar or a candy bar. And you can test it over here to see what it looks like. Okay. And let's see. Well, let's pick candy bar. And then here's the textures. We have some predefined textures that you can put in. And the textures do change the color. So if you want to make more of this like a brass looking here, you can go here and make it brassy looking. Okay. Or if you want, excuse me, you can go down here and try it with circles. You can go for different colors like blue if you like blue better. Whatever floats your boat. We have little cute skulls and a little busy there. Like an Escher looking thing. Some dragon scales. Whatever you like, whatever you're fitting. And now at some point down the road, we are going to have themed ones. So say like you have this one here for this skulls, because you're playing some kind of Demon Souls game or something like that. So this is and you set this to like a deep blood red. Okay, so that's very dark and deep. And then you're playing something like Hello Kitty next. Well, you don't want to leave the skull one up, and we're going to have eventually a ability for you to pick your theme. And so in the morning you start off the streams like, oh, I'm going to be playing Hello Kitty today, so we want little hearts. Perfect. Okay. So this is how it looks. It'll look on the screen. What you can do then is you can pick your font. This has Google Fonts, uses all the Google fonts. So what you do is just click on that little question mark there. Come over here, find a Google font you like. Okay, there's thousands of them. Pick one. Okay, this is a great one. This one's called Indie Flower. Oops, grab it. I'll highlight this. Copy, come over here to the console. And we're going to go Indie Flower, apply. And you can change the weight of it a little bit bigger because this is a bit thinner, smaller font. And you can change the color of the font. You can make, particularly this one can maybe look a little cool as pink or something. I don't know. Maybe it looks terrible. Yeah, it looks terrible. Probably white looks better on this. But you can change the colors around. You can put a shadow on, which basically down here you can see what happens with the shadow. The shadow just adds a little bit of depth to it, so it's a little easier to read against some of the backgrounds. Cap is just that. It's just a little icon that goes on the right that matters, or that matches the thing that's just happening. So here we have a present, mentioning that person just won a game. This is somebody just resubscribed, so it uses the Twitch logo. So all that stuff is built in. You can then have these things going in and out all over a million different ways. Well, not a million, but a ton of different ways. So we can have them, say, fade in and rotate out. So then when we test it, they do different animations. See, it fades in on the bottom and rotates out on top. Or we can have it light speed in and maybe bounce out and up. There you go. So you can change it how you want. There's a bunch of different animations already built in. And you can set them up however you like. Now you see I only have one set up, but you can set it up to have maybe 4 bars if you'd like. And then they'll just build up till you get 4, and then it rotates up the screen like that. All right. Now you keep seeing the same thing happening over here, and this is what is just for demonstration purposes, so you can make sure you have the animations set up how you like them. Let's see here. Let's go to, we'll do fade in and maybe, we'll fade in light speed up test. It actually doesn't look like it's light speeding out. Let's do flip out Y. How about that? There it goes. All right. So what this means down here is you can set the duration at 0. 0 duration means that it sits up there forever until something replaces it. Until something replaces it, it'll stay just like that. If you want, you can have it go up. This string, this is in minutes, right? So this would be up to 20 minutes before it moves, before it goes off the screen. We lost Stringman. He's gone.
I'm sorry. I'm just arguing with Drescher in chat, trying to be a smartass.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I missed the chat. I'm not looking.
The duration is, I believe, it's seconds.
Oh, okay. So it'd be 3 seconds. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I always have it set at 0 because I want it to sit there until it goes away. The next thing is over here. We have the advanced settings. We have follow, sub, resub, donation, and channel stats. Basically, this shows if you don't want showing anything but followers, you turn all of these off. Okay. You just want to show followers. That's it. Turn all of it off. If you want to show everything, you can turn this on. Come on. There we go. And then, of course, you can set up your sub goal for the day and your follower goal. The channel stats is what it's going to do is going to pull random statistics out of your database. Your top donator, we call it money bags because it actually fit better than all-time top donator was too many words. So we put money bags. The person most winningest person at roulette we call Spin Doctor. So we've had these little cute names, and they come up with that person's name. Plus, it pulls up all kinds of other stats, and it also shows the sub goal for the day and the follower goal and a donation goal if you have one. All that comes up on these bars. All right, so how do I put this in OBS? What you're going to do is you're going to go to the URL. It's going to come up with this right here. We're going to grab that. Okay, and then we're going to, let's see, we'll just bring up OBS over here. And we're going to add a CLR browser. And we're going to call this on-screen alerts, OSEs we call them. Or on-screen events, sorry, on-screen events. And we'll put that in here, and we'll make it, say, 500 width by 500 high. Okay. Hit OK. All right, so now I'm going to move this off the page just a second. All right, so over here we see it's just popping up. I'm going to move this off the screen for just a moment. I'm just going to hit this button, and as you can see, it's going up in the top there. And this is what you would see. This is what a person would have on their screen. If that's too big for you, you can always just go to Edit Scene and shrink that down, or however big you want it. It just sits there, and you can test it away. It's going to repeat, and it's going to say about a bunch of stuff, and it's going to look blank. But remember, we're not live at the moment. So, actually, we are live at the moment. I'm sorry. Usually I've been doing this tutorial stuff without it being live. But, so it actually is showing real stuff right now because we have been up for 53 minutes. There you go. And session subs, game development is our game, sub goal of 003. So all that stuff is the actual stuff here right now. And we've got 2 followers. Thank you, whoever just followed. All right, so that's how you set it up in OBS. Super simple, right? We got more stuff. Next thing is our on-screen alerts. Same concept. Here we have follower alerts, sub alerts, resub alerts, tips, host, and managed media. So in managed media is basically you can, let me see, I'll grab a picture. We'll show you how to add an image here. We're going to go here to files, and I think I have a picture. I'm going to add this little teddy, this little bear. Okay, so we're going to add this little cute little bear. Okay, I'll drag and drop it up here. It's going to upload. There it goes. Actually, it's probably a really large bear. I just thought about that. Okay, so for followers, now what I'm going to do is super simple to set up. Here is your alert ID. Copy. Okay, and then what you're going to do is go back here to OBS. And we're going to add a new alert. I'm going to call this on-screen alerts. And there we go. And we'll make this, say, 800 by, well, for now, we'll just make 800 by 800, just for speed's sake here. And so there it is. And now on the page here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select and say that I want, what's it called here? Cute little polar bear. Okay? And the audio will just be a little blippy noise. I've already picked my font. Same kind of thing. We can go here over to Google Fonts, find a font that we like. I like this font, Passion 1. I've already got the animation set, the duration, the volume, and the size. The size I have already set at 100. And what you do is you go down here and you hit Test. And what's going to happen is it's going to come up down here in the window. All right? So that verifies that it works. Now, over here, we're going to try the test again. We're going to look at it on OBS and look at it. Hold on. There it goes. Oh, would you look at that? It's all squished. So what you can do is you can take and crank the size down a little bit, because we had it at 100 just a second ago. I hit Test again. Okay, now I brought the font size down, but the image is still out of shape. So what you can do is you can actually change it a couple of different ways. You can change the layout. One is the text is on the left side and the image is on the right. See? How does that look on here? Still looks pretty bad, right? And the next one is you can go to number 3, which on here you'll see. Come on. There it goes. Which is the text across the word, across the image, and that looks okay. All right, because that is readable, except it's white text on a white bear, but close enough. And there's one last one is number 4, which will put the text below the image. I might have hit the button too many times. There it goes. And now that's squishing it all up. But on here, it doesn't actually look all that bad. So that one might be okay. It also works with animated GIFs. It does not work with movies or video files of any kind. Maybe in the future we can look at that. But for right now, animated GIFs and stuff like just regular images are fine. Now, here's a really great feature that no other bot has. Remember we showed you the jukebox, right? When the jukebox is playing, and say like I have a little song on here, and the song is, let's go to the Resub one. Now we'll go to sub 1, okay? This one uses Cartman singing Wild Wild West song, okay? If I go to test this, it's gonna play for a second. Okay, I just realized it's playing on both here and there, okay? Now, if a song was playing on the jukebox, right? If a song's playing on the jukebox, then what would happen just then is both of them would be overlapping over the top of each other. So we have this feature here. It's a simple little switch button, but it just pauses the jukebox. You turn that on. That means the jukebox music will stop. So it's playing a song. You're listening to some song in the background, Freebird, and somebody subscribes. Well, what we'd have to do before is both of them are going to overlap each other because you're playing music and the jukebox is also playing. So this will pause the jukebox, play the song, and pick it back up again. So, so that is how that works. Okay? So we got Resub, Tips, Hosts, and Manage Media. That's where you can handle all that. But yes, the pause jukebox button, very powerful feature. And then worst comes to worst, so let's just go back to this one. We're trying to get this to go, and I really, really want the text to be on the left. You can always do maintain image size, and watch what happens there. Go test. It's getting cut off because it doesn't fit. Okay? So if you have a smaller image that's really tiny, you can do that one. But in this case, it was too big because it was a great big bear. That bear is huge. Physically, I think it's like 4,000 pixels by 4,000 pixels. I should have picked a better image. Okay, so that is how you set that up. All right, we're almost done with setting up. One last little thing, we got polls. You can type in a question here and put up different answers, and then you hit the poll. Here is your URL for that, and you put that in your CLR browser on OBS. The polls are nice because they happen real time, so you don't have to use straw poll. They can use your own channel. You don't have to use straw poll or anything like that. It's built right in. Let me open up, where'd OBS? CLR browser, this is a spinner. All right. And here we go. And we'll just make this, I think it was 800 by 800, 870 by 870. All right, hit OK. There it is. Now let's see, I'm going to have to, well, let's just start the spinner. Here we go. So these are all choices that I might want to fly to in my flight simulator. Where are we going to fly to next, guys? Montana. And then I go, okay, guys, we flew to Montana. Now where are we flying to? And you can hit the button. What's so cool about this is none of this is not done with CSS. This is our new BraneBot game engine, and we have other games that are coming for this. This was our first example to just try out game engine and see how it worked on OBS and everything like that. It works really good. I'm really impressed how well this thing works. So it's a lot of fun. Spinner is a lot of fun. There you go. Lake Tahoe is where we're flying next. So anyway, spinners, lots and lots of fun. Okay, real quick, you can set up betting. Betting is super simple. Basically, I'm doing a lot of American truck right now, and I say how will I park and how much will I park in. You can set the house cut, so the house takes a little bit of a cut. It's basically a way to be a little bit of a money sink in your economy to help get some of the money out of the economy, because if it gets out of hand, you know, the economy works like that. Let's see. Giveaways are pretty straightforward. The giveaway, when you do a giveaway with our system, when the giveaway is all done, it'll come up with a person's name here. If you type in the person's game code, say the game code, you put the game code in here, right? The giveaway is over. It will come up with the person's name, and then you can click the person's name, and it'll also come up with the giveaway key code at the end. That number will be here, so you just highlight that number, click the person's name, it will open Twitch up on their messages, and you just copy the number and paste it in there, and then say, here are your winnings, and you're done. Why you want to use it for later is, you remember that viewer portal page I showed you over here? At some point, the viewer will be able to click on their wins, and they'll see every game they ever won from you, and it'll give them their key codes. It'll say, you know, XCOM 2, blah, 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 key code, you know, Fallout 4, key code. And so it'll tell them their key code, and they can just retrieve it that way. So you don't have to try to keep a record of it yourself, like, oh, I got to do this. All right, we're almost done. And auctions are pretty cool. Auctions are a great way to, if you want to give away a high-priced item. Auctions are great for that, because basically the top bidder wins, and it has a countdown timer. You say how high bid to close time means if somebody bids 500 XP and nobody outbids them, in 5 minutes it starts going, okay, going once, going twice, sold, and it sells it to the person that bid the highest amount. If you said it goes as high as 10 minutes, that's a long time between bids. So you can keep it, like, you know, usually between 1 and 5 minutes is somewhere pretty good. And that way, it's a good way to give away some really higher price ticket items, or, you know, if you want to give away a video card or something, it's a good way to, people in the channel can use the currency they've been saving up. All right, roulette is just that. It's roulette, pretty simple. You can start in roulette like right now, bam, we got roulette going, and people in the chat can actually start bidding on it. You can see who bid what, all that's there. All right, so this is our first stab at sort of a tutorial, basic gist setup. We're going to try to do this every week or every other week. So this will also be up on YouTube. If this should have been helpful for you. If you're looking for more specifics, let us know. Look, next time you guys do this, please spend more time talking about Spinner. I didn't quite understand what it did or how to set it up or whatever, and we can spend more time on that. This was supposed to be just sort of we're getting a lot of people interested in BraneBot, and our bot is growing very quickly. And so because of that, we wanted to do something, at least to get people something to look at, to kind of give them a gist of what some of the features were and how to set them up. Of course, you can always join our Discord at any time, and we will help you out over there anytime you want. Most of us are in the United States. We have 2 people in England, but the rest of us are in the US. So if you're like in, you know, Taiwan or something like that, and you ask a question in the middle of the night, it might be a little while before we get back to you, but we will help you.